Hi guys, again thank you all for coming tonight. It's pretty cool to be here at WeWork. First thank you staff from WeWork, I know that a few of them are still here. Thank you. So NeuroTechX, so I won't take too long for this, the introduction. I know that on the schedule it was like 15 minutes, but I'm going to be pretty quick because we have amazing speakers, as Melanie just mentioned, and we're going to have a panel discussion which should be pretty interesting as well at the end. So, what is NeuroTechX? So, before I start explaining the idea behind NeuroTechX, let me just tell you my story and why I was involved in NeuroTechX in the first place. So, as you might guess by now, I'm French speaking. So I'm from Montreal myself. So if I say anything that doesn't sound right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. So I did my electrical engineering degree in Montreal, and when I started grad school at McGill in brain imaging, I was really excited about the field of neurotechnology. I was watching all these videos on YouTube and about brain-computer interfaces, about AI, machine learning, and I was really excited about like the future, what was coming. But I was just in my basement looking at YouTube's video, and I was like, I have time, I want to do something, but I want to meet people. Like, I'm not going to do something alone in my basement that can change the world necessarily. I want to meet other people. And at grad school, I was working on my research project, but I wanted more than just that. So I started going around with people, like starting in Montreal. We started what we call BCI Montreal for brain-computer interfaces. Montreal, just gathering people in the ecosystem that was passionate about BCI, about the BCI field. And what we noticed is that when we bring people that are passionate about the same field in a room, magic happens. And this is where the whole thing got started. When we start gathering people that are just passionate about the field, it's not research-driven, it's not industry-driven, it's just passion-driven. And that was just the magic, the moment. And after that, I started traveling in different countries, in Tel Aviv, Israel, in San Francisco, New York, and I started meeting a bunch of people, and they were all in the same situation. They were all inspired by the future, what's coming next. But they wanted to do more. They wanted to contribute, to meet other people, and talents attracts talents, right? So when you're a bunch of smart people in a room, then you start attracting other smart people, and then the magic happened. So after a lot of Skype calls and just discussion, we decided to create what we call NeuroTechX. So NeuroTechX is a non-for-profit organization. It's now an international network of different chapters in different cities. So it acts as a central hub in a city, so it becomes a local community around neurotechnology. So what does it mean to be like a central hub? So it means that it connects the industry, the research, the hackers, enthusiasts, the computer scientists, engineers, and all the people that are just passionate, and general public as well, because public awareness is really important. Getting into debates, the neuroethics that we're going to discuss a bit on the panel later. So these are all the different players in the neurotech ecosystem that we're bringing together with different events. So basically, the three main pillars of NeuroTechX are really the community. So let's bring people together. Let's give them the tools, empower with technology, give them access to different platforms and education. So it's really about empowering the current generation, but also the next generation of neuroengineers. So really, we're probably not going to understand the brain in 5 years from now, but we're going to get closer as we move forward. And there is a lot of things to be learned about the brain from neuroethics perspective, from human enhancement perspective, from the technological point, from what it is to be human in the first place if we're messing around with the brain. So there's a lot of important points that we want to raise through different events. Like tonight, we do a lot of hands-on event as well where we work on projects. So I don't want to take too much time, as I said. I just want to show a bit of the progress that we've done so far. So here in Boston, we're in the NeuroTechX, well, the NeuroTechBOS chapter for Boston. So we have currently 9 chapters around the world. So we have some in Europe, some in Tel Aviv. The main one that started it are from Montreal, New York, San Francisco. Now we have Boston, Toronto, LA as well that just got started. So it's really beautiful to see like that people are taking ownership in this. It's really bottom-up driven, so it's really community driven. It's not business or research driven. It's really people that want to make a difference, that want to learn more, that want to meet other people, that want to really take ownership in this neuro revolution, if we can call it that way. So this is just one of the picture of like just hack nights. So just a bunch of people working, learning, exchanging, networking. This was one particular event. Looks like a hat for like publicity for Guinness, but it's not. So that was like just in Montreal, just a bunch of people working different devices and working different projects. So these are what we call hack nights that we just do to gather people and try different technology on a regular basis. And it's really, really beautiful to see like that there are so many PhD students, master students, engineers, computer scientists that just really want to do more than what they are doing either in research or just meet other people. Another thing that we're pretty proud at NeuroTechX and we'll be announcing pretty soon actually are the student clubs. So these are from Montreal and Toronto that we started first, and we're now expanding. So in the four main universities in Montreal, Concordia, McGill, ETS, and Polytechnique, we started student clubs, and we'll be announcing pretty soon the 2016 competition on neurotechnology for undergrad. So myself, I started messing about with biosignals and brain signals when I was at grad school. But when I was doing my engineering, I would have liked to like mess around with technology like OpenBCI and stuff like that, where I could just like tinker with no goal, but just like learn about machine learning, signal processing, and all these valuable, marketable skills that are part of the economy of today and tomorrow as well. So, simply put, I'm just going to leave, you'll understand the why we're doing this, I think, with Connor and Amy's presentation that will define why the community is really important in neuroscience and neurotechnology as well, with open source, open science, and crowdsourcing as well. So, if you want to join, I'll be talking more about NeuroTechX during the panel to answer some of the questions. But if you want to join, I'll invite you to join the community. So the first step that we did, as I said, because it's really bottom up, so we don't pretend that we have the answer of like where we should go or how we should shape such a movement. But what we decided to do is let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the future, how we should shape such a movement. And it's pretty fascinating to see like how people are taking ownership and just making it happen through discussion and action. So, just before we move forward with the first speaker, I'd like to thank WeWork for the space.